Why you keep losing while the universe says nothing. Every prayer you have ever sent into the dark, every sign you have waited for, every time you said, "I just need the universe to show me something," the universe heard none of it. Not because it is cruel, because it cannot hear. There is something specific you have been waiting for, not vaguely, specifically. Maybe it is the person who left, and you have been waiting for them to return in some form. A text, a coincidence that tells you it is not over. Maybe it is confirmation you are on the right path, an open door at the right moment, something that says, keep going. Maybe it is just permission. Permission to begin the life you have been designing in your head for 3 years. Permission that never seems to arrive. And in the space between the asking and the answer, you have developed a system. A song on shuffle that feels like a message. A number you keep seeing, 1111, 333. A stranger who says exactly the thing you needed to hear. And each time one of these appears, something in you relaxes. Just enough to keep going. I am not going to tell you that system is wrong. Not yet. What I am going to tell you is what is actually happening inside it. And in the final 2 minutes of this video, I am going to give you a specific sentence. One sentence that will permanently change how you relate to every moment of suffering you have ever called fate. Every sign you have waited for and never received. Every version of yourself that was convinced the universe owed it something. Stay until the end. Dark Fact 1. Stephen Hawking spent his career mapping a universe that operates with perfect consistency. Whether governing the birth of a star 4 billion light years away, or the death of a civilization on a small planet that never got its name written anywhere in the cosmic record. It does not pause for human suffering. It does not modify its equations for human prayer. It processes both with identical indifference. Here is what is actually happening. Your brain, every human brain, has a built-in mechanism called anthropomorphism. It means the mind automatically attributes human intentions, emotions, and awareness to things that have none. Children do this with clouds. They look up and see faces. Ancient humans did it with the sun, the wind, the sea, gave them names, built temples to them, made offerings. Not because they were unintelligent, because the brain has always needed to find intention in randomness. Pattern recognition kept the species alive. You do this with the universe. When something bad happens, when the relationship ends, when the opportunity collapses before you reached it, when the body fails in the year you needed it to be strong, the brain asks a question that sounds completely reasonable, but is built on a false premise. Why is this happening to me? That question contains an assumption. The assumption, there is a why, a force, conscious, attentive, sending events toward your specific experience, that the universe is paying attention to what is happening to you in particular. Dark Fact 2. When a radioactive atom decays, when a star explodes and its shockwave destroys everything within 100 light years, these events occur without purpose, without plan, without awareness of the civilizations that might be watching. The physics does not know you are watching. It does not know anyone is watching. And yet, your brain will take a song on shuffle and turn it into a message. It will take a number on a clock and turn it into a signal. It will take a stranger's comment and turn it into confirmation that something larger is speaking to you. This is not stupidity. This is not weakness. This is the mechanism that is keeping you waiting for a life that has already started without you. 5 patterns. See which one belongs to you, or which ones. The first. You defer every major decision until you receive external confirmation. You wait for the sign before you move, for the feeling of readiness. The decision has been waiting for 3 years. The sign has not arrived. The second. Every setback has a meaning. Every loss is a lesson. Every closed door is protection from something worse. You have not processed a single piece of pain as just pain. What if some of it is just pain? What if some of it happened for no reason at all? The third. You call your inaction surrender. You call your avoidance divine timing. You call your fear not being ready yet. The words change. The stillness stays. The fourth. Your sense of your own worth fluctuates with what the universe sends you. When things go well, you are aligned, chosen. When things go badly, you are off path, blocked. You have outsourced your self-concept to random events governed by mathematics that does not know you exist. The fifth. You have been almost ready for years. Almost ready to leave. Almost ready to start. Almost ready to become the person you have been planning to be since you understood planning was possible. Dark fact. 3. There are 400 billion stars in the Milky Way alone. each one indifferent to the lives circling them. The confirmation you have been waiting for is not in any of them. It was never there. It was never going to be there. Here is what the Cosmic Indifference Doctrine actually means, not what people assume it means, not that nothing matters to the universe. Those are completely different statements, and the distance between them is the entire space where your life exists. The sun does not care if you stayed with that person, does not care about your reputation, your regrets, your 3 a.m. conversations about whether you made the wrong choice. The sun does not care about the years you gave to something that did not give them back. And this specific fact, is the most liberating truth available to a conscious being in an unconscious universe. Because if the universe does not care, then the universe is also not judging, is not keeping score, is not watching you fail and deciding you were insufficient. Dark Fact 4. Lawrence Krauss demonstrated that the universe emerged from nothing through purely natural processes. Not because anything willed it into being, but because the mathematical structure of reality made its appearance statistically inevitable. You are a statistically inevitable phenomenon in a universe with no plan, which means the plan has always been yours to make. The authority you have been looking for in the sky has always been in the room where you are sitting right now. The hardest thing about cosmic indifference is not the coldness of it, it is the mirror. When the universe is indifferent, when it is not sending you signs, not rewarding your patience with visible confirmation, not punishing your mistakes with proportional consequence, the only honest question that remains is the one you have been avoiding your entire adult life. What would you do if you stopped waiting for it to be confirmed? The people who have changed anything, who have built anything, created anything, decided anything of consequence, did not wait for the universe to confirm them. They proceeded anyway, into the silence, into the indifference, into the dark that does not answer. The universe's indifference is not the obstacle between you and your life. It is the invitation to start living it without permission. This is the sentence I promised you in the first 2 minutes. Not as comfort, not as a shortcut, not as the thing you tell yourself when the disappointment comes. Hear it as a replacement for the story your brain has been running without your conscious permission for as long as you can remember. The story that the universe owes you something. The story that your suffering is going somewhere. The story that the sign is coming if you wait long enough. That story has been keeping you passive in the name of patience, still in the name of faith, small in the name of surrender. The replacement? You are not lost. You have been waiting to be found by something that was never looking. The Cosmic Indifference Doctrine is not a philosophy of despair. It is the most honest answer to the question human beings have been asking since they first looked up at the night sky and felt small. The answer is, yes, you are small, and the stars are not paying attention, and the universe has no plan for you. And because of this, every choice you make is entirely yours. Every meaning you create is genuinely created, not received, not assigned, not confirmed. Made by you, from the specific materials of your specific life. Every version of you that has ever loved something fully, that tried completely, that showed up without a sign, did so entirely of its own will, in a universe that gave it no reason to. And there is something almost unbearably beautiful about that. So ask yourself, what would you do if the universe confirmed right now that it has never been watching, and you were the only one who could decide what your life means?